Hello, I'm Panos Kotzafanasis, and this is Asian Movie Pulse Interviews. Today I'm here with... Now you can start.
아, 네. 안녕하세요. 저는 이 영화를 만든 감독 김석이라고 합니다. 반갑습니다.
I am the director who made this film. I'm Kim Seok. Happy to meet you.
Good, good.
저는 정보원이라는 영화에서 조태봉 역할을 맡은 조봉래라고 합니다.
My name is Jo Bok-rae. I play the part of Jo Tae-bong in The Informant.
안녕하세요. 저는 정보원에서 소영 역할을 맡은 배우 서민주입니다.
Hi, my name is Seo Min-ju. I play the role of Seo in this film.
Okay.
Meet you. My character name is 오남혁 and my real name is Sung-tae. Not 장수.
Okay. Good, good. Okay. So first question for the director. I was wondering where did the inspiration for the film came from, and if he was trying to do maybe something of a parody of Infernal Affairs, or is it just my opinion?
왜냐면 제가 알아들을 수 있었던 이유가 왠지 그 영화를 말씀하실 것 같았어요. 왜냐면 당연히 그 부분이 있죠. 아까도 인터뷰를 했을 때도 제가 보통 그런 이 아이템 자체가 보통 다 좀 범죄 분기 진지한 영화에서 푸는데 이런 것들을 좀 가져와서 코미디로 좀 비틀어보자. 요거에 대한 시작이 분명히 있었기 때문에 그 영화를 말씀하시는 거로 바로 알아줬었어요.
No, I had a sense that you might bring up that film because, yes, I feel like most of these movies the subject matter of an informant is dealt in a more serious, more dramatic manner. But I wanted to sort of go in another direction and try to work on it in a comedic tone. So yes, I understand why that movie would come up.
Okay. And the next question is for Bok-rae. And the character that he plays in the film is an informant who loses everything and gets dragged into chaos, let's say. So what did he find most compelling about portraying someone who is both survivor and reluctant partner, let's say?
이 캐릭터를 연기를 하시면서 제일 무엇에 제일 끌리셨는지. 이게 뭔가 정보원으로서 약간 서바이벌 스킬도 있으면서도 뭔가 파트너십을 맺었다가 끊었다가 이렇게 왔다 갔다 하는 그런 뭔가 이중성도 살짝 있어야 하고, 네, 그런 여러 가지 면모가 있는데 어떤 면에서 이 역할을 끌리셨는지.
정확하게 방금 말씀하신 대로 살아남기 위해서 공조를 또 같이 하는 다양한 매력들이 있는 캐릭터여서 그걸 또 끌고 가고 다양한 사건들을 제가 좀 끌고 가는 그런 매력들이 좀 크게 다가와서 선택을
So I think you're very on point with your comments, Panos. I think he is very much a character who has to survive and has to deploy all these skills and thinking, scheming to do that. But also, I think that has and also to build various partnerships with people. So I think he had various attractive qualities about him that really made me drawn to the character, and to be a character that is front and center in all of that chaos was very appealing to me.
Okay. And the next one is both for him and Sung-tae. I was wondering how did they manage to achieve this chemistry that they have in the film, because they are very opposite characters, but their combination works very well for the movie.
연기하신 두 캐릭터가 어떻게 보면 굉장히 정반대의 캐릭터면서도 그런 어떤 코미디 조합이 굉장히 잘 어우러지는 것 같은데 그런 면 어떻게 작업을 하셨는지.
실제로 성격도 약간 정반대고 그리고 예전 작품에서 만난 경험이 있어서 친하고 편해. 그리고 되게 또 다들 선한 배우, 선한 감독님이라 진짜 마음 편하게 할 수 있어요.
So actually in real life, our actual personalities are quite the opposite. So I think that was a helpful thing to work with. Also, he and I, Bong-rae and I had worked on a previous project together, so we were already familiar and we had like a working familiarity with each other. And also, as you can probably see, all of the actors on set were very kind, and also our director is a kind person, so that really helps with the comfort of having such chemistry.
And suddenly I'm very shocked. Now on이래. He's so resemble on Yang Jo-wi. 여기
I'm suddenly having a realization.
진짜 사이드 이거
I feel like
양조위 너무
Bong-rae's side profile looks like Yang Jo-wi, who's
진짜 아니 너무
Tony Long
Okay.
of Infernal Affairs.
Okay.
Thank you.
I will not agree because then people will say that I think all Asians look alike, so I will not agree.
제가 동의를 할 수 없는 이유가 있는데 그 이유는 제가 그렇게 말했다가 모든 아시아 사람들 하는 평균을
오케이.
가지고 그렇게는
님이.
Okay, so it's just him.
Thank you.
Okay, good. So, and the next question is for Min-ju. The character she plays is very layered character. She's tough, she's very frustrated, and also but sensitive sometimes. So I was wondering, how did she manage to achieve these traits of her character?
그 배우님께서 맡으신 캐릭터는 굉장히 여러 가지 면모가 있는 것 같은데 터프하면서도 여리면서도 또 코믹하면서도 여러 가지 면모가 있는데 네 그런 면에서 이제 작업하게 됐다는 거죠.
어떻게 보면 수영의 역할이 저의 실제 모습과 비슷한 면이 꽤 있어서 그런 면에서는 어렵지 않았던 부분도 있고 올바른 길을 선택을 하잖아요 결국. 그래서 저랑 참 많이 닮았다. 아니
올바른 사람.
아니 그냥
선한 사람.
So I think personality-wise, Soyoung and I share pretty similar characteristics. So it was helpful in terms of tapping into that multifacetedness of the character, but also, you know, Soyoung as a character, she does make the right choice in the end. And I think for myself, I'm someone I think who would like to think that I make the right choice in the end. So in that sense, I think that was helpful.
Okay. And her character is essentially the only protagonist, the only female protagonist in a male-dominated world. So how does she feel of having a role like that? It's more comfortable for her, more difficult?
어떻게 보면 이제 좀 남성 중심적인 이제 경찰 형사 사회에서 좀 유일한 이제 형사로 이제 연기를 하시는데 그런 면에 있어서는 소감이 어떠셨는지 뭔가 편안했는지 그래서 아니면 불편했는지 그런
제가 알기로는 경찰에서도 여성의 비율이 어느 정도 좀 있어야 된다고 하더라고 한국에서는. 근데 실제 촬영 현장에서도 저 혼자 이제 여성이니까 불편할 것 같지만 다들 너무 편하게 저를 배려를 너무 많이 해주셔가지고 정말 행복했습니다. 촬영.
I think I heard that in Korea you do have to have a certain ratio of women detectives to male detectives. I don't know if that's true or not, so I can't be quoted on that, but yes, you could think that it could have been like possibly an uncomfortable experience being the only like woman detective on set, but in my case, everyone was just so considerate and treated me wonderfully, so there wasn't an issue on that.
And the next question is for all three actors, and I guess it's a bit crazy considering the characters, but I want to ask, if they met their characters in real life, would they be friends with them?
이 질문은 이제 세 분 모두에게 드리는 질문인데요. 각자 맡으신 캐릭터를 실제로 대면을 하셨다면은 혹은 이제 만날 기회가 있었다면은 친구가 되셨을 것 같은지. 맡은 캐릭터. Or like with each other? Or
Each one their own character, let's say.
각자가 맡으신 캐릭터를 대면 쓰고.
저는 너무 좋아.
I feel like I would have like really fun times with my yeah, because I feel like my character is knowledgeable, very super knowledgeable, because he's doing so many different things.
재미
음.
어떤 장난을 칠지 알 수가 없고
음.
뒤통수를 칠 것 같기도 하면서 그러나 친구로서는 너무 매력있죠.
I feel like, you know, my character is knowledgeable, he's funny, he's mischievous, and you never know what he's going to do next. So I think as a friend, that will be super fun to know. Yeah.
절대 내 손에 잡힐 것 같지 않아요.
And I feel like he'll be a person who's never quite, who you can never quite grasp, or you can never quite be 100% sure of. So I think there's an interesting element to that as well.
Can the other two answer also the same question?
Yes, we're gonna go on.
저도 친구 절친들.
I think we would become BFFs.
Okay.
오남영이라는 사람이 저랑 좀 많이 닮은 면이 있어서 그냥 좀 부딪힐 것 같고 저는 되게 많이 닮아 있어요. 저 사랑하는 여자를 위해서 이렇게 있고. 근데 나는 이 친구를 진짜 현실에서 만나면 똑같이 짜증날 것 같아. 하는 거 되게 된장어처럼 막 스트레스.
I feel like if I met my character, because I'm pretty similar in personality, I actually feel like we would butt heads, because I see, you know, I see myself in him. You know, like we're similar in terms of like wanting to do anything for the woman they love, you know, in that sense. But I feel like if I met Bongna's character, I would be so annoyed. I'm very stressed because he's always just like a snake, you know, just like slipping out of my grasp, and just like you never know what he's doing, up to. So I feel like I would be very annoyed and stressed.
Okay, and the next one is for the director. The last part of the film, the movie turns more action-oriented, like it's generally action film. So I was wondering, how did he direct those scenes, and what were the differences between the action and the less action part in the beginning?
후반부로 갈수록 좀 더 액션 중심으로 이제 그 영화가 진행되는 것 같은데, 이제 네, 그런 액션 중심 씬 장면들을 촬영하는 작업은 어떠셨는지, 그리고 이제 액션이 조금 덜한 전반부 촬영 작업과 이제 후반부 촬영 작업이 뭐 어떻게 달랐다면은 뭐.
그러니까 처음부터 이 시나리오를 구상했을 때 그 코미디, 그다음에 캐릭터에 대한 소개, 뭐 그다음에 이제 액션, 이것들을 사실은 좀 설계를 했던 거고, 그래서 액션 같은 경우도 저희 영화에서 너무 과하지 않는 그 액션을 좀 영화에 맞게 좀 만들려고 좀 고민을 했던 지점들이 있었는데, 사실은 뒤 후반부에 갔을 때 이제 저희가 좀 여러 가지 이제 영화적인 촬영을 하다 보면 많은 일들이 벌어지면서 좀 액션을 정말 좀 제대로 만족할 정도로 찍지 못했어요, 사실. 그래서 그거에 대한 아쉬움이 있는데, 그럼에도 불구하고 지금을 결과물을 봤을 때는 또 어떻게 보니까 이 영화에 이 부담되지 않게 적절하게 좀 녹아 있는 것 같아서 그런 것들은 개인적으로 의도치 않게 좀 만족스러운 부분인 것 같아요.
So yes, like in the development, in the script development stages itself, that's kind of how I planned it out, to introduce the characters, their backgrounds, and then move more fast-paced into the action scenes. And yes, we were planning to not go too heavy-handed with the action because we wanted to match the lightness of the comedy genre. But while we were filming, a lot of things happened, and in the moment, I felt that we weren't able to get 100% of what we wanted action-wise, but later on, seeing the edits, I think it actually worked out unintentionally. It worked out because it felt the lightness of the action. It felt like it was right for the movie as a whole.
And the next one is for Mr. Sung-tae. So if he can tell us a bit how he approached the same scenes, the very action-oriented finale, let's say, last part.
이것도 비슷한 질문인데요. 그 후반부에 이제 액션 중심 장면을 촬영할 때는 접근 방식 좀 다르셨는지 잠깐. 네, 그 후반부에 이제 액션 장면.
접근 방식이라고 하면 여유도 없었고 그 서로 파트너 잡고 이제 이 약속 한 맞추는데 그 시간이 충분하지. 아예 멤버들이 너무나 스턴트맨들이 너무나 능이 있다. 근데 시간 방향에 비해서는 잘 나오고.
Yeah, I don't think there was even time to think about a specific approach because we were working on limited time and resources. And I remember, it was a lot of hand-to-hand combat choreography that we had to execute. And really, there was not enough time to really get into it properly. But I think the stunt people that we work with were so professional and so phenomenal at their job. So despite all the limitations, I think the scenes really came out very well, despite the limitations.
And the next question, I guess, is for everyone. Can they tell me which one was the most hard scene to shoot for them?
모두에게 드리는 질문인데요. 촬영하기 제일 어려웠던 장면 있다면
저는 그 마지막 액션 씬 거기 먼지가 너무 많아.
For Song-tae, I would say the very last scene because there was so much dust in the warehouse that it was very challenging to work in that environment.
같은 팀원들이랑 같이 아이스박스를 놔두고 뭔가를 찾으러 이렇게 총을 들고 가는 장면이 있는데 그 주법으로 이렇게 총을 들고
네.
이게 제가 약간 어려웠어요.
뭐가 어렵다?
찾는 법, 충분하게.
Okay. 네네. There's a scene where I'm going with my teammates to look for the icebox and the contents in it. And in the scene, I'm holding a gun, but I found working with a gun. It was my first time working with a gun, so I remember it was quite an adjustment to figure out how to hold it and how to operate with it. Yeah.
Okay. Next.
그래서 전화를 거는 씬이 있는데 너무 추워서
너무 추웠지.
네, 정말 지친 상태로 이제 걸어가면서 전화 버스 가서 전화를 거는 씬인데
맞아요.
그 씬이 모두가 추워해서
제가 정말 한파요. 예.
So there's a scene where I'm like walking to a phone booth to make a call, and that day on set it was so cold. Korea, like there was a severe cold. Yeah, it was just like super drop temperatures. So I remember just being freezing. So that scene is the hardest, I think.
And for the director?
제 입장에서는 매 순간이 사실은 제일 걱정되는 부분이 사고가 없어야 되잖아요. 네, 그래서 그 기준으로 봤을 때는 저희 이제 폭파씬, 불씬이 있는데 그거 할 때가 제가 제일 좀 많이 예민해진 상태였죠. 사실은 왜냐면 사고가 더군다나 불을 정말 저희가 이제 다 터뜨린 거라서 그거 찍을 때가 저는 개인적으로 좀 많이 예민하고 힘들고 했던 것 같아요.
Obviously, as a director, I'm always thinking safety first, like no accidents, like no one should get hurt on set. And so I think when we were filming an explosion scene, we were working with actual fire. And so I remember being quite on edge and just stressed because I wanted it to go without a hitch.
And do they have a favorite scene though?
For all of them?
Yeah.
그럼 제일 좋아하는 장면이 있다면?
이게 스포랑 상
And it's okay if we talk spoilers, Panos?
I think so. Yeah, yeah,
괜찮을 것 같아요. Because this is coming out after the screening, no?
yeah. After the screening, yeah, yeah.
끝나고 나서 나오는 거라서. 네.
저
Mm, okay.
on the mountain I run with the boat.
오미에서
Okay. Okay, good.
Yes.
재밌었던 거.
네, 제일 재밌었던 장면이었어요.
정말 맞아요. 노래방.
아,
노래방에서 국가 춤을 다 췄던 때 제일 재밌었던 것 같아요.
I would say the karaoke scene for me. I was really
Mm,
busting out all the dance moves. I knew.
okay.
저는 오프닝 씬에서 금을 만드는 장면을 그것도 이렇게 할때 찍었던 소스들 촬영이 생각보다 재밌었어요. 그러니까 연출, 함께 말씀하신 액션들을 이제 직접 디렉션들을 줬는데 그걸 표현하는
I think I really actually unexpectedly had a lot of fun filming the opening scene where Taebong is like melting down all the gold bars and making gold bars. Like I think there was something to the direction of it from the director and carrying out those actions. I had a lot of fun.
Okay.
저는 개인적으로 이 영화가 마지막 이제 마지막 씬을 보면 이제 저희가 원컷으로 그냥 싹 모든 캐릭터들을 찍는데 제 입장에서는 이제 이 영화에서 제일 중요한 메인 캐릭터들 다 모이는 씬이란 말이에요. 그래서 저는 그때가 지금 봐도 저는 그때가 제일 좀 만족스러운 씬이에요. 그러니까 모든 배우들이 다 나와서 거기서 그때 이제 마지막 모습들 보여주고 이 마무리 짓는 그래서 그게 저한테는 지금 그 질문에서 딱 그 씬이 제일 많이 생각나요.
I would say for me, the last scene is particularly memorable because we filmed it in one take, and you see all the main characters of the movie come into one space, and you see each character's resolution, or you see each character's ending, and so to me that was a very satisfying scene to work on.
So she mentioned one take, so I'm wondering how many takes did it take for the karaoke scene?
그럼 그 노래방 장면은 몇 테이크 정도 하셨나요?
아직
롤리 댄스?
네,
롤리 댄스?
네. 몇 테이크 정도?
지금 근데 사실은 이게 많이 가진 않았어요. 그 씬들을 그러니까
그냥 출수 있는 춤을 다 췄던
아,
네.
네.
연습했던 춤을 다 췄어요. 노래 없이.
I don't remember specifically how many takes it was for the karaoke scene, but I remember it wasn't a many takes. It was several takes, but within those several takes, Min-ju, was just busting out all the dance moves that I could pack into each take. So yeah, it wasn't like super many.
Okay. So the next one for the director, I guess. So I see now that the actors seem to like each other and they have fun right now. But in the movie, for the majority of the duration, they hate each other. So I was wondering, how did he manage to retain this tension within the shooting?
Tension as in like the having fun?
No, tension as in like their characters kind of hate each other for the most part of the movie.
지금 이제 직접 뵈니까 서로 굉장히 잘 어울리시고 굉장히 친근감이 있으신 것 같은데 영화 자체는 사실 어떤 텐션이 있어야 하고 이제 그 인물들 간의 갈등이 이제 많이 있는데 이제 그런 텐션은 어떻게 유지하시는지 감독님, for the director, right?
Yes, I guess so. Yeah.
근데 저희가 어쨌든 코미디 영화니까 그렇게 많은 그 텐션이나 이런 것들이 필요하지 않았고 사실은 근데 글쎄요, 저는 이거를 하면서 이 케미 같은 분은 오히려 우선 우리 남혁이랑 태봉은 처음에는 서로 약간 그 관계들이 좋지 않단 말이에요. 근데 이제 후반부에 갈수록 점점 좋아지는 건데 이게 저한테는 조금 중요한 지점들이었는데 이런 것들이 사실은 이제 첫 촬영할 때 보면 이제 어찌됐든 아무리 친해도 배우들 사이에서는 이런 것들이 텐션이 있단 말이에요. 그래서 오히려 촬영을 점점점 갈수록 남혁, 태봉이 점점 이제 실제로 현장에서도 계속 맞추다 보니까 이제 더 가까워지잖아요. 그런 것들이 잘 녹아 들었다라는 게 저는 흔히 좀
I think you mentioned tension, but genre-wise, this is a comedy, so I don't think I really thought of it in terms of like I have to keep like a specific tension up. But in terms of chemistry and comedic chemistry, I will say that I think what's interesting in the relationship between Namyeok and Taebong is that they start off on bad terms, almost more antagonistic, and then their relationship evolves into something more with more camaraderie. And so I think it worked out for us in our favor in that sense, because like in the very beginning of filming, there is even though each other or like comfortable with each other, there's this like tension that comes from being in the start of filming. But then as you keep on filming and as you keep on acting alongside each other, that tension sort of morphs into more of a chemistry. So I think that worked in our favor, that like it starts antagonistic, but as the filming went on and as the movie goes on, you see more of a camaraderie, and I think that worked in the reality sense as well too, from the actor's perspective.
그래서 전체적이진 않지만 크게 봤을 때 이 촬영 스케줄을 그러니까 제일 중요한 신들과 둘이 관계들이 점점 좀 좋아지는 것들을 좀 나름 맞추기 위해서 큰 신들을 그 처음과 끝을 조금 수술해서 찍으려고 노력을 했죠.
So yes, in order to mirror that process, I was conscious of trying to, film the important scenes like in the beginning or the end more so chronologically, so that dynamic could be reflected.
So great. Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
네, 시간 내주셔서 감사합니다.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you, Panos.
Okay. Have a nice day. Bye.
네.